Our breasts are really awesome. They are one of the major things that distinguish us from the male gender. They have special sexual symbols and are a powerful source of attraction to the male's eyes. Hello beautiful, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Adenike Adenaya, and you know that the only thing that is of interest to us on this channel is the woman's birthday. I would like to apologize for being away for about 3 weeks now because I've been so busy with school activities, so I just decided to focus on that for the time being. But guess what? I am back. So from the introduction, I am very sure that you would have guessed what today's topic is all about. Well, it is all about the woman's breast. And I know that majority of you are already waiting for this, especially my male viewers. Now we are here and then we are going to discuss more about the woman's breast. Like I said before, we are going to talk about the structures of the woman's breast, the functions of the woman's breast, and then we are going to take a look at the nipples too. We are going to take a look at the different shapes of nipples that we have. Without wasting much of our time, let us just go ahead with what we have today. But before I go on, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and you can also give the video a thumbs up, and then you can follow me on Instagram at Naked View, or send me a friend request on Facebook at Adenike Adenaya. So let us move right into our business of today. Hi guys, welcome again to today's episode of the woman's body. As I have said before, they were talking about our breasts today. Breasts are the two structures that are located on the upper part of our body, on our chest to be precise. Both males and females have these two structures, but they tend to be more pronounced in women, of course, due to our anatomical differences. The other word for our breast is the mammary gland because they produce milk and they are a source of nourishment to our little ones. Now let us look at the functions of our breast. The major function of our breast is to produce milk for babies. You know, I told you before that the other word for the breast is the mammary gland because they have the ability of producing milk. This milk is needed for the growth and for the development of infants. The milk consists of proteins, they have carbohydrates, and they also have antibodies that protect babies against infections for the first few years of their lives before they develop their own immunities. The breast also provide the perception of our feminism and our sexual attractiveness. Most men prefer women with big or medium-sized boobs, as I will be showing you later in this video. The woman's breast, particularly the nipple, is highly sensitive. The nipple is sensitive to sexual fantasies, sexual arousals, and even touch. And apart from this, the nipple is sensitive to external conditions such as cold, warm, excitement, and even fear. Lastly, the breast is an erogenous zone because the nipple contains so many nerve endings, thus making them to be sensitive, like I said earlier on, to sexual excitement. We are looking at the structure of our breast right now. Just like the other structures of our body, the structure of our breast is also very complex, and it includes such important components as the lobes, the lobus, the glandular tissue, the fat tissue, the nipple, the areola, and so on and so forth. So let us take a closer look at some of them right now. Our breast is made up of two distinct parts: the circular body, which is the largest part of the breast, and the auxiliary tail, which extends to the armpit or to our underarm. The auxiliary tail is also known as the tail of Spence, and it is more pronounced in women with big boobs than in women with smaller boobs like me. We also have the fat area of the breast. The fat area of the breast is the largest part that contains fat tissues, as I'll be showing you immediately after this slide. Then we have the areola, and then we have the nipple. Anatomically, our breast contains peculiar tissues that are responsible for the production of milk. These tissues are within the fat tissues. Remember that I said that the fat tissues are the largest part of our breast, and they actually determine the size of our breast. People with plenty fat tissues have big breasts, and then vice versa. Now, within these tissues are small lobes that produce milk. These lobes contain small lobules which link to small tubes, and these tubes are called ducts. These ducts are linked to larger ducts. The larger ducts in turn are connected to the nipple, and the milk that are produced within these lobes are transported out through the nipple. Now let us talk about the nipple. The nipple is the small pointy structure that is located at the center of the areola. I am sure that you know what I'm talking about. The areola, on the other hand, is that blackish, the pinkish, the reddish, in fact the most colorful part of the breast. It contains special glands that lubricate the nipple so as to prevent the nipple from cracking or from drying out. Here are the different shapes of nipples that we have. Now you will agree with me that our nipples differ in shapes and in sizes. Some nipples are puffy. Puffy nipple and areola are raised, or they are bulged on top of the breast. And then we also have flat nipple. Here the nipple blend with the areola, or it is somehow flattened against the areola. The nipple here is kind of small, I guess, because I think I've seen such a thing before. Yeah. And then we also have protruding nipple. Here the nipple is raised above the areola and then projects outwards. We have the inverted nipple. I've never seen an inverted nipple before, but I think they exist, and according to what I read, I think they are perfectly normal. So inverted nipple is the nipple that is turned inward into the areola instead of protruding outward. Like I said before, that this is perfectly normal. Yeah. And then they become elevated or extended when they are stimulated. We also have hairy nipple. Here the nipple have dark hair around the areola, and yeah, it is also normal. But I've never seen an hairy nipple before. How many nipples have I even seen? Well, we have hairy nipple, and then we have bumpy nipples. I think every nipple have bumps, but some are bumpier than the others. The bumps grow around the areola, and they are usually called Montgomery glands. We also have unilateral inverted nipples. Here, one of the nipple of the two breasts is protruded while the other one is inverted. And then lastly, we have the supernumerary nipple, which is like an additional nipple. Although this nipple is redundant and unused, they are usually flattened, but some of them can be elevated on the chest just below the entire breast. In all, all nipples are normal. They are very sensitive to touch, and the inverted ones can be elevated when they are stimulated. We will stop here today and continue with the different shapes of the breast that we have next week. But before I go, let us take a look at the result of the poll that I conducted last week. The poll was all about men's breast preference, and it was conducted within a very small group of people. And here are the highlights of what they actually feel about the woman's breasts. Results shows that About 85% of them have some knowledge about the woman's breast. When I asked about the type of breast they preferred, about 85% of them preferred symmetry breast. Meanwhile, most breasts are actually asymmetry. Majority of them, however, liked medium-sized breasts, but no one liked small breasts. Can you imagine? 65% of the guys that responded to my poll preferred medium-sized nipples. Only about 15% of them liked big nipples, while 20% of them actually preferred small nipples. All boobs actually, both small boobs, large boobs, medium-sized boobs, extra large boobs, are all beautiful and unique in their own way. I really hope that you enjoyed yourself and you were able to learn something. And until we meet again next week, please be safe, drink plenty water, and take good care of your body. Bye.